Hello, hello everyone, how we doing? I've missed you all so much, hope you're well. It's been an interesting couple of weeks. So, welcome back, Damn Fam. It's your boy, Mac. I am the community manager for Dungeon Alchemist. This is the official Dungeon Alchemist channel. And this is the weekly Damn stream, which happens to coincide with the Damn challenge. Uh-oh, let me turn off the previous Damn challenge, actually. So we're going to be announced, as you can see the winner, actually, already. This is the map I've chosen as the winner. This is Heronimo's map, which is just absolutely stunning and very well detailed. He actually put two versions of this map up, one without roofs and one with. So we're going to take a look at both of them. But before that, I would just like to say hello to everyone and welcome back, and I've missed you all very much. My vacation was great. It was more like a staycation. I just relaxed at home. Kind of spent a couple of days doing some things around the house that I'd been ignoring. I cleaned my garage a bit. Just little things around the house that needed to be done. I also have some interesting news, to say the least. So I was approached by a very, let's just say a very generous member of our community who wanted to help increase the quality of the stream and also prevent things like crashes and, lag and frame drops and stuff like that. And to that end, I was actually donated a bit of computer equipment. Very nice computer equipment. Like, just to give you an example. Oh, and the green screen's messing it up. Here, let me turn that off really quick. Here. Okay, so, I mean, this is a serious piece of hardware, right? But basically, because I have a nicer graphics card that isn't like, 5-6 years old, now my main machine is very powerful, but also, I also have enough hardware to make another machine and have a two PC stream setup, which is the ideal setup. And how that would work is, instead of using one computer to power the whole stream, meaning the stream software and Dungeon Alchemist and everything in between, the chat software and everything, it will actually be one computer dedicated to all the stream software, and then one is just Dungeon Alchemist. And as a result of which, that will increase the performance. So today, you actually see a little bit of increased performance because I have that brand new graphics card in my machine. You saw no such thing. No, that's just it's a storage closet with all my shirts hanging in there. There's no underwear in there. But I just feel like it's messy, so I closed it. So, basically, first off, welcome one and all, and I just wanted to kind of update you to what was going on. So this amazing donor wishes to remain anonymous, but they just wanted to support the stream and Dungeon Alchemist and, make sure these streams are the best they can be. But, I mean, I got a bunch of new hardware, and then I was able to spend my current hardware budget, which I'd been saving for a graphics card for a while, to get some more RAM and an SSD for the other machine. So I've upgraded the RAM in my current machine, so it's got 128 gigabytes of RAM, and that 4070 is in it, and also an upgraded power supply. It's crazy. Yeah, I am very, very happy. So it's crazy, 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 and this machine is going to be an absolute beast. So basically, my stream machine is going to have my old motherboard, because I upgraded my motherboard and CPU in November, and so I've just had them sitting in boxes in my closet. So I have an old i7 7700 and a Maximus iX Hero motherboard, and now I've got 32 gigs of RAM to throw in it, and then my old power supply and a liquid cooler. It's going to be awesome. So that'll be the stream machine, which it'll run the stream just fine, and then Dungeon Alchemist and everything else will run on this machine. Yes, well, upgrade. Kind of basically, yeah, new machine. Yeah, it's very awesome of them. I really do appreciate them very much. I was in shock, honestly. At first, I was very reluctant because, like, I mean, when something's too good to be true, usually it is, right? And this person, like, you know, wanted to assure me that they had no ill intentions, and I know them as someone very well in this community, so I didn't think they would have any ill intentions. It's just more like, A, this is a big donation, so I had to get approval from the big bosses, which they were like, really? Yeah, sure, go for it, man. And I don't know if they thought it was really going to happen, and then it did happen. But I am very, 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 very happy and excited for the stream, like, quality to upgrade. Right now, I'm running Dungeon Alchemist in high, which I usually run it in low. You know, no issues right now. And, I mean, I'll be able to run large maps with effects, no problem. Today's stream will probably be one of the smoothest, best-running streams we've had in a long time. Because once we started adding things like effects and, once we started getting things like effects and, you know, huge maps, it just started getting crazy. We'll open a bigger map later, a larger map. But the thing is we won't do that until after we've showcased this map a bit. So, with my vacation, I just pretty much sat at home, just relaxed. So, didn't really do anything eventful. I wanted to get out and do some stuff, but I mean, I ran some errands, I did some things just cleaning up in my backyard, cleaning up weeds around the yard, you know, just picking up in general. I did some plumbing. I ordered some parts for my washer, and then I started doing, my washer's bearing is broken in it, for the spin cycle bearing is kind of worn out or rusted or something, and so I ordered a new one, and I started tearing it apart, and I hurt my knee. I, like, fell on my knee, so I couldn't keep working on it, so I never got around to finishing it. I need to keep doing it. Okay, so, a few months ago, I bought a new CPU and motherboard. One moment here. So I upgraded from an i7 7700 to, one second. I can never remember parts. I just get them and hope for the best. Let me pull it up really quick. I got a Ryzen 9 5900X is the processor. And then I got a motherboard to match. And it's a Asus ROG Strix B550F gaming AMD, you know, Ryzen board. So basically, I got that in November. And then the donor donated a new power supply. Oh, and I got a nice cooler for the CPU and everything already prior, so that's my new CPU and motherboard and cooler. But they donated a power supply, a graphics card, a liquid cooler, and a tower. So the tower arrives today. Once it gets here, I'm gonna put my old motherboard in it, old power supply, old CPU. I've got a new SSD, and then I've got 32 gigs of RAM that I just pulled out of this machine that I'll throw into that one. And then it'll get my 1080 graphics card, and then the new liquid cooler, which will be nice. Hey, Dirty Rollers. Just talking about the new hardware, actually. So I'm very, very excited for that. Anyway, kind of going back to the Dam Challenge. So the winner of the Dam Challenge is Heronimo. His Cartographers Guild Hall, Peninsula's Coast. Very beautiful map. A lot of useful techniques involved in making it, including, you know, object collision, z-axis manipulation, custom assets, like abstract assets, etc. Very beautiful build. Heronimo, are you here by chance, my friend? Sometimes he makes it, sometimes he cannot. Oh, for those wondering, like, what processor, this is what I have in my machine right now. I'll have to check it out, Zach. So, as you can see, this is like a port town, a coastal town, or it looks almost like an island, even. So, essentially, they have this beautiful guild hall, and as you can see in the back here, it looks like a ship that they've converted into part of the guild hall as it's mounted up. Looks very cool. As you can see, there's like kind of a cave or a little grotto underneath. But, oh yeah, all the stairs into the water are really great. Like these little stone stairs here. They just give a really good, like, feel, you know? Like someone carved it ages ago and it's been worn away. These ones back here look really good too. But Heronimo, great work on this build. Very, very lovely. Fantastic work, my friend. Lots of very good details. Multiple floors, as you can see. So they used a lot of... You don't have to change code to locate assets anymore. In fact, dam editing is frowned upon. I don't encourage it, and we don't provide support for it. But in our most recent update, once you disabled collisions, you can actually click an object and there's an arrow on it for manipulating the z-axis, Uriel. So you no longer have to mess around with dam editing, you just move the objects around. So there is... Oh, I will walk into the main rooms. We're just doing the flyover first, and then we'll walk through everything. Just kind of giving it a, like, a 1-2 checkout. Lots of custom assets. Like, here we got a custom rug here. The windows here, these are actually, you know, abstract walls with the windows wrapped around them, and then they just left it as, like, blank PNG in those spaces so you could see through like a window. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of the maps were actually provided by Highland Lass for this build. That's what it said in the notes, at least. These beautiful hand-drawn maps. So, consummate nerd, I mean, we are first and foremost a map maker and an immersion tool. I don't really think we have any short-term or even long-term plans to become a VTT. Though we do plan to, I mean, a lot of people in the Dungeon Alchemist community use it as a limited VTT. I don't think we'll add any rule-type support, but we may, you know, in the short term, you'll see things like Fog of War, which will allow people who use it as like a tabletop VTT, you know, on a projector or a TV, or maybe if you're printing maps, you can utilize that feature as well, to a degree at least. Print with Fog of War, print without. Anyway, long story short, I am, unfortunately, I don't have much more information to add to that, but Dungeon Alchemist most likely will remain just a map making and immersion tool where you make the map and then you export it either for print or as a video or to the variety of different VTTs that we offer for support for, you know, both natively as well as through UVTT support. Oh yeah, video is great. For sure. It's fantastic. Yeah, this map room is really pretty. I just kind of wanted to... I guess I could open it for a second, run in it later. The little rope strung around is really great, too. So, I mean, Uriel, right now, though, I mean, like, this ship, for instance, like, look at it. Well, that's not really the whole thing here. I can raise it, you know, up and down like that pretty easy. That's how this person did this, is they just combined a whole bunch of assets into one to make it look very seamless. Like, this just looks like an old airship that was converted into, you know, this Cartographer Guild. Okay, let's do a run through on foot. Check it out. Place a token. And by the way, our next update will have 3D asset importing. So right now, the only way you can import assets is by using... Sorry. is by using the Hero Forge token importer or by using abstract assets. So inserting a token... You can walk around, do recordings, take screenshots in the first-person perspective, which is great for your players, for immersion, for handouts and whatnot. Maybe walkthroughs, or when they first time they walk into an area, it kind of looks, or you can look around, record that. It's great. But ultimately, I really love this feature because it allows you to walk through maps and see how they feel from a player perspective, even just walking through them and see how walkable they are and functional. That's like my favorite thing to do, is try and walk through it and just see, hey, can I get through all of this? So this scrap is definitely a little bit harder to get through. Where'd my token go? Shrink him down. I am small. Okay, can't get through there. Got a ladder. Let's climb it. The question is, how do we get into these places? It's a door that doesn't open. I mean, you can do that using plugin or like modules like Monk's Active Tiles in Foundry. So essentially, it allows you to, like, if your player's in top-down mode in the map, say they hit this staircase, if there's an upper floor that you have saved as a different layer or a different, scene, it'll automatically load that scene. Same with, trap doors or secret rooms or moving from area to area, so it'll load a new map. So instead of having a huge 300 by 300, map, you would break it down into much smaller sections. Oh yeah, walk in. There was a door icon, but it wasn't allowing me to open it, I clicked on it multiple times. Oops. I fell through. It really does, for sure. That's a great comparison, actually, Raven. It's time for a little shmee. Love this lovely, dining room. One neat thing about these types of structures, too, is they do have roofing, so you can go through. As I said earlier, they made a version of this map with roofing. because they got creative with some assets and turned them into roofs and used a lot of structures that have roofing. I've lost my token. There it is. Whoa. Oh my goodness. That was dope. I like this little random storage room. 2 floors up. Why not? Ah, no wonder I couldn't figure out where this was. I just got a little lost, a little turned around. I love, like, the random ladders. Whoa. That's a neat map. Hup, hup. That's where I just didn't know where to go earlier. Okay. Had I gone here, I would have been fine. Wouldn't have been lost. These are all just like random quarters, bedrooms. Sun. I like that the mirror shows the actual reflection, but not me, because, you know, I'm a vampire. That's not creepy at all. Just the way the image is laid out to me look creepy. So I gotta ask, from the stream viewer perspective, does the stream seem to be running smooth? Any choppiness or weirdness while I'm in first person? Because that is really a good indicator, because that's when you're like running double. So essentially you're rendering twice when you do that. You have the map rendering, and then in first person you're rendering. Interesting. Let's try something really quick. I'm gonna hit record while we're streaming. I would never do this before because it would definitely crash. Oh my gosh, this is so smooth on my end, actually. Goodness. Normally when I record, it's so choppy. Oh my goodness. Donor, thank you so much. If you're here, you know who you are. I appreciate you. This is like night and day difference for me. I've been recording for 30 seconds. How's it looking on your end right now while I'm recording? Is there any frame drops or any issues? Oh my goodness. Ah, the power! It's in my hands! Wow, I am so happy to upgrade right now. It makes me so happy. Like, oh. I did get a new GPU, and also congratulations, my friend, on winning the damn challenge. Okay, so I bought my GPU, my old GPU, which is a GTX 1080 when they first came out years ago at Fry's. So Fry's isn't even open anymore. They went out of business. To just give you an idea, Fry's Electronics. So it's like been a long time since I've upgraded my graphics card. And to get one absolutely free is insane because they're so expensive now. I wasn't even considering a 4th gen, like a 4,000 series. I was looking at a 3,000 series. You know, I was saving up for one of those and never even considered getting a 4,000 series. And then they offered this to me. And so it's like, oh my gosh, my computer is running so smooth. It's so quiet. Like normally it's like a jet engine. Like I can hear it through my headphones. Yeah, honestly, I'm a little like emotional just thinking about it. Like it's running so good and it makes me inspired, you know, like hecka inspired to like, because I can create far better content now, especially in like the cinematic modes and first person modes. In addition to that, the streams are going to be much better, higher quality. It's just going to be phenomenal all around. I'm excited. Yeah, it is interesting. Like, it was so random and awesome. Like, I wasn't expecting it, and I probably would have been able to do it myself had I, saved for, a little bit every month for a year. I try to save, like, 5 to 10 a week for a year or two, and then buy myself a computer. That's what I do almost every time I get a new rig. So the last time I did that, too, and it took me forever, but it's just the way I do it, and I can't, like, justify putting a ton of money aside right away to buy one, because got the family, and other things to attend to, so it was very helpful and amazing to get that, that kind of assistance. Means a lot. Oh, no worries, Heronimo, and like I said, congratulations. Really appreciate you for making this build, man. It's so beautiful. Like, honestly, like I was staring at it the other night and I was just like in awe. I really love what you did here. Can you tell us the story of this ship? Is it docked or is it like a permanent fixture? I would love to hear more story about it or background of the build. Cool. So, like, I'm curious, is there a story behind it? Because it seems like they can just converted an old ship into, like, a guild hall area, Maybe crashed here, or they just decided to make this their permanent residence. Gotcha. So no lore behind it, you just saw a ship built into a coastal building and wanted to try it. That's awesome. I like the use of the swamp hut on top as well. Very beautiful build, my friend. You did very good. And I also credited Highland for the maps and whatnot. Anyway, so now that we've, discussed our winner of the Dam Challenge, congratulations to you, my friend. Can we, get a pat on the back and some congrats to Heronimo if we haven't already? If you haven't already, I know a few of you had. But I would like us as a group to come up with a new theme. I picked the last theme. Hey! How you doing, General? I would love to, as a group, come up with a new theme. Oh, let's do it. We're going to do a big map soon. But please, let's kind of, as a group, come to a consensus on a new theme for the Dam Challenge. Hey, Wolfie. So we did Evil Lair about the 2 challenges ago, so let's try and avoid a lair. So we did Quirky Tavern, Evil Lair, and then Guild Hall. Those are the last 3. Prior to that, we had Feywild Holiday, We also maze. Ooh. Or how about a keep? It would be nice to get a good keeps, like a good amount of keeps. Swamp sounds good too. Temple of Good. Temple of Good. Interesting. So we could say a... I like the maze one too. A maze is always good, and maze could be a cave. It could be a hedge maze. You could make it out of all sorts of stuff. So, you know what I mean? It doesn't just have to be a generic maze. So, anyway, be talking amongst yourselves. Let's come up with a theme. I'm going to load up a more intensive map, if that's okay. Let's see here. Well, I know one that is incredibly intense. My map. My Dwarven Prospectors mine. So let's load the old map, and then we'll load the new map. We'll do a comparison of them. You guys and gals wanna see that? Oh, hi, puppers. You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi? Oh, go there. Oh, this one. This is Seymour. He's my puppy. He's such a cute boy. He is adorable. While I love the reference, Consummate Nerd, he's actually based on another Seymour reference. So, from Futurama, there was a dog that looks basically just like this, who had a heart of gold, just like this boy. Oh, my week off was rad fantabulistic. I got some rest, I slept in, I unplugged. Like, I just basically didn't worry about anything. My D&D session got canceled, which was kind of a bummer. The DM canceled that morning, so I was sad, but it was, other than that, it was nice. Other than that, everything was good. I got some game time in with my son. Like, we spent like 3 days just vibing and catching up and gaming. And, I backed up some of my content from my media library, like I've been talking about a little bit. Found some time to do that. And, I finally got to see the new Ant-Man movie, which I really enjoyed. I don't know why there's so many haters. Like, the MODOK kind of looked funky, but, like, I mean, overall, I mean, so did Thanos, if you think about it. Like, I enjoyed it. It was good. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so we've got a lot of themes, but there's not a consensus on a theme. That's what we need as a group. We need a consensus. We need to come to a group decision. Swamp was one that kind of came across a few times, and so did Maze, and so did Temple. So if y'all can pick one of those three, and we'll move on from that. Who's my good boy? Who's my good boy? He's just snuggling me so hard. I mean, honestly, it's a movie about a guy that can talk to ants and shift from, like, down to atom size up to the size of buildings. You gotta suspend some disbelief and just enjoy it for what it is. You know what I mean? Okay, little man. You wanna go? I would love to keep snugging you, but I can't keep holding you forever. I can't do a poll yet, unfortunately. Because we haven't finalized our, we aren't... Sorry. I, haven't finalized the ability to get polls, because I need to finish setting up something on our account to get affiliate. Okay, I like that. Swamp encompasses everything. So let's just go swamp as a general theme, and you can build anything you want. You could do a cursed swamp, you could do a swamp maze, you could do a a road that goes through a swamp, or you could do a shack in a swamp, you could do a temple in a swamp. I like swamp. That one works good. It's broad and it covers a lot. Let me update the damn challenge. Okay, so I'm going to load my Dwarven Prospectors mine. This was one of the first maps I ever made in Dungeon Alchemist. And I can't remember which mod, but at the time I wasn't even working for Dungeon Alchemist. And I was in the Discord and I said, hey, how do you build caves? And one of the mods is like, you can't. It's not possible. And I was like, okay, challenge accepted. So I popped into Dungeon Alchemist and just played around with it until I could figure it out. And this was the result. And I'll tell you right now, it is running beautifully. Oh, it loaded incredibly fast. This map is 40 by 40. It's a big map with a lot of custom stuff in it, tons of objects. We didn't have railways when I built this map, and many of you know it's just hammers. Tons of hammers. This map made me lose my sanity a little bit. As you can see, there was a lot of things that I just kind of took liberties with and made kind of my own things. Oh, lots of hammers. Yes, I went insane. And look at all of them. And this was before you could do the collision toggle. So I had to delicately place them together before you could, turn off collisions and really put things together. So they had very limited room. They would kind of work together before they would be red and not allow you to do anything. It took me hours. My wife was just laughing at me while I was doing it. Anyway, loved this build. Put a ton of time and effort into it. Really enjoyed it. And I've played on this map a couple times as a player, as well as DM'd this map for a one-shot before. It was pretty fun. And so it's a very cool, interesting map that I put a lot of love and time into. I think at the time I probably put about 20, 30 hours into building this map. Now, let's load up its big brother. When the update for Everything is Lava came out, I decided to put all the new, tools and assets and effects and everything to the test and made an upgraded version of it. Oh, it's held up incredibly well, Raven Kenshin, right? It is a very good map. Okay, tell me, are you getting any frame drops or lag or anything like that on your end? Oh my. Okay, the reason I ask is because this map has tons of effects on it. We've got lava pouring, steam, and geysers. As we get back to the back, I have a red dragon's lair, just filled with flame and brimstone and ash and embers. Come over here, various portions of the mine. Uh-oh. The crystals recolored. I gotta color them again. We'll do that sometime. Ye old treasure bed. This here was gonna be a mini boss fight with just kind of like some kind of water boss type thing. Here is a kind of secret hidden chamber that was like a burial chamber. And here is different aspects of the mine. Here, let's turn on. Uh-oh, not select E. Go. I want to turn on some of these effects and see what it's like, because I left them off intentionally before, because it really messed with my CPU and GPU and slowed everything down. So from your perspective, it's just running very good. Uh-oh, I just started seeing some lag there. First time, I feel like. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. When I get into this corner, it gets choppy for me, at least. So, we know the limits. I think how far I am zoomed out has something to do with it, too, because it's rendering a lot more active map at the same time. Goodness, though. Like, this map used to crash the stream all the time. I was sad because I couldn't really share my amazing creation. And now I can. It's beautiful. I love it. So, let's try some other maps that would push this to the limit. Let's pick another map. What do you say? What's a big Banff map that usually is like a map that'll crash something? You said the zoo, right, Sack? Here, this one? But the benefit of, you know, like we just said, you know, there was a little bit of lag. But guess what? Oh, I don't think I clicked it. Oh, I did. Okay. It's just a big map and takes a second to load. So, wow. Anyway, I'll wait. There we go. So, ultimately, I'm going to eventually have the stream software and everything there running on another machine, so that'll take a lot of burden off of DA as well. So I'll be able to run it even better soon. This is definitely taxing the machine. I can feel it. I'm going to just drop it to medium really quick. Oh, night and day. But at least I can load them on medium, not low or... Well, ultimately, you gotta remember... Okay, I'm playing Dungeon Alchemist on high or whatever, on a huge map, and then on top of that, I'm streaming it on the same computer right now. So the miracle will come when I build the second machine and take all that burden off of this machine. And so it'll be much smoother just as a result of that. Maps, I'll be able to run bigger maps because I won't be running the stream software. It's like running Dungeon Alchemist twice. Exactly. So, I mean, anyone who streams understands, and you do stream, my friend, so you get it. Anytime you are on a single machine, you open a game and you open the stream software, it's a huge burden. So, essentially... But I'll be taking that streaming burden off of this machine very soon. I'm going to hopefully spend pretty much most of the day building that machine and rewiring my whole office so it's ready for Monday's stream. Considering all the custom assets you have in this too, not bad. Nice. What kind you getting? The problem with that one, Swedish Cook, is I mean, you could do that on your own, make as big of a map as you want, but I don't want to do a challenge where I encourage people to make big maps because it will automatically restrict some people from entering because they may not have a powerful machine. So while I do love that idea, and you're more than welcome to make as big of a map as you want, and any of you who have the ability to can make big maps and try and crash my computer, I'm totally cool with you doing that on your own and submitting them, but just remember, I probably won't do that as a group theme because Oh, I thought it'd be fun. I think it'd be cool, honestly. I thought they were serious, to be honest with you. I just want to make sure. Really like this. This is nice. Look at this bad boy. It's Asus 4070 Ti. Oh my gosh, the green screen is just blocking it out. 1 second. You can see my 3D printers back there. Oh, that was way over my budget, man. It was a gift. It was a donation. I honestly would never be able to get that myself. Very generous, anonymous donor helped me get a whole bunch of new hardware for the stream so I can upgrade to a PC setup, a 2 PC setup. And also, you know, just have one really powerful computer to run DA on, and the other one will be the stream machine. Oh, for sure, my friend, for sure. Any 4 series, I mean, you're probably doing pretty good. I honestly was thinking I wouldn't be able to pull the trigger on all my parts until like the end of next spring, probably about a year from now. But because of this person's help, I was able to do it, you know, this week basically. I had like 300-400 saved up, and I was able to put that towards RAM and an extra SSD so I could build another machine. So basically, I put new RAM into this machine, and I already have SSDs, a motherboard, you know, and then I pull, and the power supply I pulled out, but I already have a CPU and a cooler in this one and whatever. So basically, instead of pulling apart 2 machines and building 2 machines, I kind of pulled like half of this machine out, the power supply, the graphics card, and the RAM, threw in new RAM, threw in new power supply, threw in new graphics card, and then now it's running like super optimum performance. The new system, okay, so I bought a CPU and a motherboard like in November, a handful of months ago, a new one, and basically I bought a nice, I've had bad experiences with liquid cooling. They're not really, it's not my joint, my jive. I don't really like it. They scare me. It makes me stressed and anxious. But the thing is I used to have a liquid cooler in my computer, and that's the reason I don't like them, is because it actually busted. It popped a pinhole in the radiator and shot out coolant inside of my computer. Luckily, it shot out forward, and honestly, it like hit the front of the case and didn't get really anything inside. But as it started leaking, I didn't realize it was happening because I wasn't around. And basically, I went to use my computer, and it was overheating like crazy and would shut off. And I was like, what's going on? Come to find out, the liquid cooler had failed. My wife has the exact same cooler in her machine because I built us matching machines at the time. And hers is still fine. Mine, on the other hand, was terrifying experience. So I have a nice Noctua air cooler, like the huge like radiator cooler. And it's quiet, and it keeps it nice and cool. But I also, you know, the donor realized that I'm going to need a cooler on my other machine, and they donated a liquid cooler for that one. So basically, the stream computer is going to have a liquid cooler on it, and it will run as quietly and as efficiently as possible, doing just only the stream and the stream software. So essentially, you know, things like, sorry about leaving that on for so long there. Things like, you you know, like the stream chat and the giveaway software, Streamlabs OBS, etc. will be on one machine, while the other machine will just be like Dungeon Alchemist. That makes sense? Anyway, I kind of explained this a couple times, and I'm sorry if I'm like just kind of going over it and over again. I'm really excited, and I'm like kind of like shocked, like in shock a little bit too. Look at the giant map. This is the map of this map. And then he labeled it. Oh, I am excited, man. I'm very excited. Like, I am so hyped. Like, I'm kind of, like, in shock still over it, you know? I was up till, like, 1 in the morning putting this machine together and updating software and making sure everything worked. It was, like, I'm very meticulous and, like, I run my wiring very clean. And anyway, it took me a while just to get everything the way I liked it. And, also, I was learning about this new power supply, and it didn't come with a manual, and I was stressed out because I thought it had been opened. And then I looked on the side of the box, and it's like, scan this QR code for a manual. I think that's the future we're in now. I guess it's good that they're not just printing them, because, like, probably 90 out of 100 of them don't get used or get thrown away, whereas this way, at least, only people who want them will find them, I guess. But, with that in mind, I mean, there was like a direct power cable from the power supply to the like super powerful GPU, and it's like a direct power cable, and I was like, what is this thing? I've never seen these pin configurations. I was reading about it last night, got into the manual, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is specifically for these enhanced like powerful GPUs. It was awesome. But yeah, I spent a lot of time pulling the machine apart, cleaning it, and updating it, and, you know, getting everything good to go. Man, this is running so good. Sack, though, honestly, like, the last time I ran this map, you remember, I was running it on low, and I'd have to, like, kind of just watch areas for a little bit, and then move on, and it was heckin' laggy. It seems to be night and day. Of course, I'm running it on medium, but this is a very large map right now, and I'm streaming it at the same time, so not bad. It's a beautiful map, tons of great detail. I mean, this could be great for any campaign. You know, you give your players a fun day at a zoo, or give them a day of mystery and something at the zoo. Maybe they need to investigate or provide security. I mean, you can do all sorts of things here. Not looping. Well, dude, if you do a big map like this again, you need help with screenshots. I mean, I wouldn't mind loading it up with my rig and giving, you know, doing you a few shots for you. You know, nothing. I know you'd go crazy with the shots. You do a lot of screenshots. I probably would, you know, wouldn't mind shooting 510 for you. Hey, Yakos, my man, how you doing? I'm glad you made it. I mean, in fact, that offer goes to anyone. If you need help, if your map is, you know, isn't working or whatever, and you need help checking it out, or you need an opinion on it, and you just want me to check it out, feel free to even just DM me on Discord the damn file. I'll take a look. I honestly, like, love helping out in the community with, you know, like, teaching stuff, as well as giving, you know, tips and tricks, insight, or maybe, like, advice on a build, etc. And then I definitely love showcasing all your work out there. Every one of you do such amazing work. Whether your cartographer's been here with us with just a few days and just learning Dungeon Alchemist, or you've been with us, you know, a year now, and you've been making maps the whole time, and your skills and stuff have been refined to a razor's edge. Honestly, like, I love all builds, especially when I get to browse new builds on the workshop, and it's so fun for me. I see so many amazing maps, and it's so hard to pick up just one map every day to be the map of the day, or the dam of the day, and it's so hard to pick a damn challenge winner because we have so many good entries. Oh, I am so happy. I found your watermark, Zach. Okay, so honestly, yeah, I would say the size of a map is really dictated. What's small, medium, and large is probably dictated by who, that's kind of a perception thing, like who and what rig. But for me now, I would say normally it used to be something like, a small map was around between 10 by 10 to 30 by 30. Medium was like 50 by 50, or anything beyond that to like 70 by or 75 by 75, and then anything above 75 by 75 was large. And that's where I would struggle, especially on stream. If I'm offline, I can load those maps and play around with them and do content in them and build them even. Like my map, the mine that I was showing earlier, the remastered mine, I built that just fine in my off time, but if I'm recording in it or streaming in it, then it becomes problematic. So, Sean, if you go to settings, here, you can change your graphic quality to low, medium, or high, and if you're on a different monitor, you can even change the resolution. So like my screen here supports 4K. Once everything's good and set up with the two machines, I'm going to set this one on 4K, so I'll be like in the beautiful, amazing version of Dungeon Alchemist, and then I'll stream it in 1080. It'll be awesome. Anyway, you can scale the UI so it makes the UI on the sides larger or smaller, as you can see here. So if you want to save space in your build, you can do that. Also, under here, you have some control options, scroll wheel sensitivity, keyboard layout. You can change your first-person stuff. So if the head bob, for instance, makes you sick or gives you motion sickness, which I knew that like bothered Seisu back in the day. I don't know if that... Seisu, wasn't it you that you didn't like that? Anyway, so that you can disable or enable it, invert it, change your sensitivity, change your field of view. Grid settings, so you can change the grid on and off, change it from square to hex, transparency, change its color. So, anyway, you have a lot of options there. I highly encourage you all to dig through these menus and learn about them. The help menu is great. You got a lot of stuff you can check out and learn if you forget things, basic stuff. You can check the patch notes. You can check, just the basic controls of things. Feedback is an amazing tab because you have the option to report bugs or just give feedback in general. So if you find a bug and you can report it to us with as much detail as possible, if you click report bug, you can give a summary, what happened, explain it in great detail, how you led up to this happening, what were you doing when it happened. Then if you leave an email or some contact information, we can reach out to you to try and recreate it or whatever if we need to. It's very helpful for our team because they're able to quash bugs very quickly when they have a very detailed report that's tied to your map. Because that sends them the damn file of the map it crashed on and also your detailed report. I think the reason I like Head Bob is because I play a lot of shooters. Like, I play, like, Battlefield and stuff like that pretty regularly, and so it, honestly, to me, it just seems more normal. But, yeah, I can understand why some people don't like it. Planet Chaos Games, thank you for the follow, by the way. I missed that earlier. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Let's load up another map. This map is actually really beautiful. Sorry. I featured this as a Dam of the Day a week or so ago. And it's just a beautiful Dwarven city. People are always like, I wish you had more Dwarven objects and themes. And it's like, I see stuff like this all the time that really capitalizes on everything we have, Computer just slagging at the moment. Did I go back to high? Probably. I did. It is struggling. I really need to check. That is weird. Guess it just took a second for it to load. What DPI do you export at, Wolfie? By the way, we're getting really close to 50 viewers. Can y'all keep me apprised if we happen to hit it? There's my hammer. I would recommend, especially because you have a player that struggles. I would say export at 72 DPI always. That way it's like as small of a map as possible. The point of WebP SAC isn't to decrease the size, and I think a lot of people feel that it should, because typically WebP files do decrease size. But in our case, it allows you to export past a certain size, or like WebM, I mean, past a certain size with, oh, you're talking about WebP, not WebM, sorry. But yeah, like our WebM is supposed to be something that goes beyond the MP4 size limits. So MP4 has an upper size limit that it can do, and then WebM supersedes that. Sorry. So, Wolfie, when you export at 300 DPI, my man, you're making that map massive. As big as possible, even though it's a small map. Sure, it's very detailed, but export at 72 DPI, that map will be a fraction of the size. Trust me. And it'll load much quicker for all your players. That player who struggles to load maps will love you. That will help them tremendously because you're making the map that much smaller, like a third the size. No, okay, 30 by 30 is good, don't worry, that's fine, but what I'm telling you is it'll make the map even smaller at 30 by 30. So it'll still be a 30 by 30, but the actual JPEG or file will be much smaller, and it'll load quicker for them. So you could possibly even do larger maps. As a result, you might be able to get them up into 50 by 50, 60 by 60, 100 by 100. So now that you know that, if you export at a lower DPI, every player should be able to load it much quicker, even at a larger map. This is my favorite part of this area, this little mushroom or like little like garden area here. Well, it's not little, it's like tons of stacked gardens. It just seems so efficient and interesting. They use the kettle as a watering can. Clever. I mean, you could just go test a 50 by 50, export it and see. Francesco Abinante? Francesco Abinante? Oh, right. It's very pretty. I just love the color contrast. And it's like every underground city needs food, right? I always imagine dwarves, like, they just have so much wealth, they probably ship in a lot of food, right? Like, because if they focus so much on mining and crafting of metals and fine metals and jewels and stuff, they have a really high source of, you know, economical source of income from this, you know, from this trade that they probably trade. I mean, they probably do have some farmers and, you know, people, livestock and things like that, but for the most part, it's probably hard to maintain that stuff underground, correct? It would be very difficult. I mean, unless you know, are cool with just eating mushrooms all the time. So, but things like meat, you know, in general, or alcohol. I mean, they probably could store alcohol for years, even meat too, because it's nice and cool, but they probably would transport it, I imagine. I mean, like, that's how I've always imagined it in my head. Like Erebor, like, they didn't have any farms that you could see or anything to, like, they just had food stores. They'd have people bring it to them. The Lonely Mountain was sending, you know, tons of stuff down to them. Dwarves eat? Yes, they do eat. Tremendous amount of food. And it's like, where would all that food come from? You gotta think, like... But yeah, I've always... and that's my headcanon for dwarves, is they do a lot of trade. Tons of trade. I don't know. But in The Hobbit, I saw some dwarves eating. They ate Bilbo out of his home. Bend the knives, crack the plates. That's what Bilbo Baggins hates. Oh, see, that's so crazy difference. And when you're loading a web file, that's so much more efficient. You know, that's probably the reason it's crashing for them, because, I mean, a simple map would be so much larger just because of the export DPI. Honestly, if I had my way, I would have the devs remove 150 and 300 DPI from our VTT export sections, because they cause so many problems. Like, they work, but then they don't. If your map's over a certain size, you can almost guarantee that Foundry or Fantasy Grounds or Roll20 will throw a fit over it. Your players won't be able to see it, and so it's like... Maybe display a warning. That is good. You know what? I will suggest that to the devs, because they could probably pinch that into the next update. Because it causes me so much headache. Like, it's possible, but this is not recommended. Maybe a warning with a checkbox. It's like, if you don't want to see it anymore, kind of thing. But, I mean, D&D WorldCom, essentially, you do the export, and then you go ahead and use a video editor to trim the file down to 5-10 seconds. The problem with that, though, is the 30-second is ideal for a lot of reasons, because it loops perfectly. That's when all of the, like, the major, like, world animations loop. Not effects, but world animations. Oh, yeah. It's perfect for print. Oh, they're amazing for printing. That's what they're designed for. I would just say stick with 150 to 300 DPI for printing exclusively. Or maybe tabletop play. You know, like if you have like a tabletop TV or a projector. I really like this surgical wing here. The best part, the register right at the front. This is this just makes it very dystopian and American. Man, why does that crash when I play that? Am I going crazy, or is that sputtery is all? Okay. Love you. Thank you, babe. My wife was trying to bring me a soda. And I have one from earlier that she left here, so I'm good. I don't know a ton about Forge, but I feel like they might do some sort of compression. Like Twitter, for instance, when you post a video or an image on Twitter, they compress it, like a lot. Oh, I know. She's being sweet. I'm not worried about it so much as, like, that's not the issue. She's being amazing. I'm just, I have more soda than I need. I was telling her that it's no big deal. That kind of stresses me out how that lags when I turn it on and off. Could just be the size of the map. Kaiser's Taming, how you doing? Welcome. World animation would be things like lava, right? So lava or water. Or animations from objects, okay? So things like this cauldron or these guys here. But if I went in and added an effect, so let's say I added these, you know, electrical arcs, these arcs here would not loop perfectly with that 30-second thing, unfortunately. But those ones do. Trees, bushes, yes, another subtle one. You can also, if those things are burdening your computer, you can disable natural animations. So I guess that doesn't count those, the object one. But notice the lava is no longer moving. It helps a lot. Things like water and lava stop moving, so it helps with your frame rate tremendously. But yeah, if you're outdoors, the trees stop moving and stuff. Huh. And that's just only because of your issue with Forge there, or do you think it's something with Dungeon Alchemist causing it? Because I'd love to hear your insight there, Dirty Rollers. I know you spend a lot of time making maps, so... Alright, let's move on to another map. In fact, I'd like to open up another guild hall. There was a few that were quite interesting. Let's pull up Von Yakos's really quick. So this was made by Von Yakos. And it's the Green Hag Guild Hall. Oh, it's very beautiful. Let's take a look at it. We'll do some flyovers. So as you can see, there's an intricate network of catwalks and stuff linking all the various halls and homes together. And as you can see, they've chosen these swamp huts, and the great thing about those is you can throw the roof on them. So for this whole map, then you do have roofing if you want to export it again just as a roofed version. Which is quite nice. I like these force spheres. People have been putting them in stuff like these cauldrons or using them as lights or engines or all sorts of stuff. They look cool. It's very neat. I like it a lot. It's a very fun object. Oh. Just diving in here to see all the little details. So this here looks like maybe it's like the entry point, you know, like reception or something. I do like that the trees are kind of overhanging stuff. This looks like just someone's private room there. Here, this looks like a classroom. Another little private room, some bunk beds, another room. Looks like the kitchen slash, you know, eating area, dining hall, and then another like big experimentation room. You know, like just a study or something of that nature. Okay, so let's drop a token in here and we'll take a look. Oh, love this vibe already. Oh, I fell. I really love this cauldron. A lot of detail in it, you know? No! Ah! Alright, well, some parts of the map you will definitely fall. But overall, it's a very beautiful build. Fun, perfect for top-down. Works great for that purpose. There are spheres in it. Yep. There are indeed. Well, not normally. They just are right now. Someone put them in it. They just colored them. Or, I mean, Von Yakos did, obviously. Anyway. Map is definitely awesome sauce. Oh, very well done, right? Those pillars not touching anything is driving me crazy. Other than that, it's a beautiful map. I just have OCD, so stuff like this drives me crazy. I would put like pillars under it, down, like a pile. So it would be like... It's like this beam here. And I'd merge it into that, something like that, you know? Or under here, I'd put it into it. Stuff like that. I love levels, but yeah, I get crazy about it and have to do that, even though no one will ever see it, usually. It's a very beautiful map, though. They did a very, very great job. I don't know if he's still here. Oh, you are still here. Check the recipe. In Blackboard in the classroom. Got it. Will do. Aunt Belladonna's recipe. Step 1, bring cauldron to a boil. Step 2, insert victims. Step 3, stir and season to taste. Hey, Lethrus, how you doing, buddy? Oh my gosh, that GIF is creepy and I love it. Alrighty, let's move on to a... There was... Oh, no problem, my man. Oh, by the way, your map the other day that I featured as the Dam of the Day was, like, mind-blowing. Very beautiful build. Loved it. Oh, it's a very beautiful map. Always pleased to find your builds. Okay. Let's see, what is the name of the other one that I was gonna show next? I think, you know, the thing is DA is designed to be easy, right? We discussed this a lot. You have the AI and the AI generation for, you know, environments and rooms and stuff. So you have this very, very simple, like, entry-level map maker, which most map makers, as I'm sure many of you are aware, they're not that easy to use. They have kind of a higher level of, you know, entry, so it takes a lot of time to get used to them. You got to watch some videos, tutorials, etc. Dungeon Alchemist, I mean, it pretty much is ready to go right out of the box. But the thing is if you want to dive into Dungeon Alchemist and do more with it and go above and beyond what it can do normally with AI, then yeah, you can roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty, and make some crazy, crazy builds. And that's what I love about it, is it's kind of the best of both worlds. You have simple, but then you can grow into it and become a power user and do anything, really, if you set your mind to it. Honestly, and the thing is making it difficult on ourselves, we come up with these amazingly complex builds that, like, obviously the AI couldn't do this. It's stunning. It's amazingly remarkable, and I love it. This is a beautiful build. Look at this place. It's fantastic. This has, like, Open Sesame 40 Thieves vibes to it, you know? Look at, they even have, like, wall gardens. Oh my goodness. I've been wanting to make a map that's just all pillows and, like, rugs. So it's just, like, a pillow town. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be fun. They did a very great job setting this map up. It's just got a great environment to it. It feels alive. The bandits have set this place up very well. Little outposts. You know. Excuse me. Oh. Coffee I had earlier is just kind of getting me. I'm at the age that's like every time I drink coffee, I get like heartburn and acid reflux, big time. But they've set this place up to train their members to, you know, defend it. Decaf. Got lots of, you know, for the Griffins, it said this. So this is like the launching point for Griffins. So they've got little, you know, like a Griffin paddock here. Amazing. It is beautiful. And we don't see many that utilize this desert biome that much. Like, I haven't seen many maps utilize it to its truest potential. And this is a great use of it. Honestly, I think Dungeon Alchemist has evolved far and away beyond what the devs ever anticipated it to be. And I've heard Carl say this before, that he's always trying to balance it between simplistic and entry-level user so anyone can dive in and make a map, you know, like that. But at the same time, it offers next-level experience for the power user who wants to dive in and do everything by hand and make these intricate builds. And I think that's why it's the best of both worlds, is because our dev team realizes that, you know, Dungeon Alchemist has kind of grown outside of the initial purview and perspective that they even considered it being. And as a result of which, you know, they've adapted and grown, and Dungeon Alchemist has as well. I think they're totally open to, you know, change over time and making things, you know, more intricate for the power user, but at the same time offer very, you know, generic things that make it very simple for the... Oh, they do. That's amazing. I love your feedback too. I'm constantly, you know, putting feedback in my notebook, and then I pass that feedback on to the devs. We also have our upvote, which, you know, if you put suggestions on there, they pay attention to them. I pay attention to them. The mods pay attention to them. They get noticed. And if they're a suggestion that already exists, we merge it with the existing ones, and that increases the vote count for it. So it makes it more likely to be seen, more likely to be acted upon. But right now, the 3D asset imports, that was something the devs never even considered offering until there was so much demand for it. The top-down, basically our next update will include a like a tracing feature. So what that'll allow you to do is essentially have an overlay of an existing map and then trace it out below, which is awesome. And I've actually pushed for that feature in behind the scenes because I know a lot of people asked for that. I'm very excited for the next update because so I love showcasing these insane builds because it shows what Dungeon Alchemist can do. You know what I mean? And the thing is I love showing the power that it has, the you know, the potential there is, you know, on this foundation. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are new to Dungeon Alchemist, and if there are people new, I have no problem showing them simple maps if they want to see them. But, I mean, today's stream, the damn stream, is about showcasing incredible, fantastically beautiful builds. Monday's stream is about showcasing how to build. You know what I mean? So I definitely can show more simple things in that concept. You got negative comments about the dam challenge? Oh, thank you, Sack. Bro, who negatively commented you? That's insane. Your maps are always beautiful. I'm confused on that, to be honest with you. So your maps are pretty much, yeah, like, I mean, always on point. Your attention to detail Yeah, that would probably make sense. Envy. I mean, we don't really have much hate in our community. We have a very, like, tight-knit, loving, and supportive community, and I would hate to say that that's a possibility, that there's some toxicity, but I mean, it's possible that someone might be jealous of you, but I wouldn't want to suggest that is the case. You do fantastic work, and I would not let any negative comments you perceive frustrate you, whether they're, you know, in our community or on Reddit or anywhere, my friend. You just keep doing you. You will find success if you keep it up. Yep, we're gonna do that giveaway. We were alerted a minute ago, and I was just I'm kind of in shock. Like, honestly, Sack, please don't stop entering the damn challenge and sharing your work. I love your work, man. It's fantastic. Please don't get discouraged. If you ever feel discouraged, ping me privately and we'll chat, my friend, because I've got your back always. And, like, not only that, but I mean, if you're feeling burnout or anything like that, no, I'm here for you. You know, you make amazing maps, so please don't. Oh, the giveaway hasn't started yet, please. Of course, it's a mod jumping the gun. Okay, ready, set, spaghetti. Damn, fam, you got 10 minutes to enter. Exclamation giveaway is how you enter. You must be following the stream to do so, so make sure you hit that follow button if you haven't already. Consummate Nerd, by the way, your name makes me laugh because it reminds me of Homestar Runner, particularly Strong Bad Emails. I don't know if that's, like, where you inspire your name from, but ultimately your name reminds me of that. Oh no, Ark. Hopefully your internet keeps working. It's the emails. Chicka chicka, open up the emails. Anyway, so I guess you are a Strong Bad Email fan, but so there was this, like, before YouTube and before, like, E-Bomb's world, there was this little corner of the internet called homestarrunner.com. It's still there if I'm not mistaken, but basically it was this dude and his brother would make these skits using Flash maps, or Flash, and basically they would make all these funny skits of their characters. One of them was called Homestar Runner, and there was another one called The Cheat, and Strong Sad, and all these different characters, but the most popular by far was Strong Bad. And Strong Bad is kind of the troll brother of Homestar Runner. Or, like, no, not his brother. He's just kind of like his neighbor and friend. Oh my gosh, Consummate Nerd. Yeah, you definitely have watched some Strong Bad emails. But in one of the most iconic Strong Bad emails, he draws a dragon named Trogdor, and someone asks in the email how to draw like a dragon. So he teaches them how to draw a dragon. And so basically in one of the parts he's saying that you need to add consummate V's for scales. So for, like, the scales on the back of the dragon. And he says, consummate V's, consummate. So he's teaching his, like, friends how to draw it, and they're doing it poorly, and he's like, consummate V's. I said, Anyway, and it stuck with me for years, years and years. But Trogdor was such a popular character. There was a song, and it ended up being on Guitar Hero. So if you ever played the Trogdor song, you're wondering where it came from, that's where. Anyway, love those games. The Guitar Hero back in the day. Trogdor was a man, then he was just a dragon man, then he was just a dragon, 'cause he was Trogdor! What's the problem? If any of you feel like you entered the giveaway and it's not tracking you, let me know and I'll double check. But ultimately, sometimes it has problems where you make sure you follow first and then, you know, enter the giveaway. You gotta wait a few seconds after you follow if you're kind of new. And then it's Twitch taking a couple seconds to respond. But sometimes if you kind of come back out and come back in, it'll work. Anyway, I'm just making sure. We got about 5.5 minutes left on the giveaway, so we'll kind of keep looking at this map as we do. Really love what they did here. So you have like quarters with this little kind of like aquifer and then hanging gardens. It's very interesting. The Z-axis manipulation has really opened the doors for some intriguing new concepts and builds. This particular type stuff is the things I love to see. So for those of you wondering, what Z-axis manipulation? So we have thousands of assets. There's like 4,000 to 5,000 objects in Dungeon Alchemist. And the majority of them, you can disable collisions and then manipulate them on their Z-axis, which is up and down. So you can click on an object after you've disabled collisions, an arrow appears and you can raise it up and down. This allows you to have so much more control over your builds than ever before. Like an insane amount of control. And as a result of which now you can build at almost any level, you can do multi-level builds with ease without, you know, relying on crazy tricks. You just kind of gotta build things by hand. Oh my goodness, look at this storehouse. Holy cow, I gotta drop a token in here and run around. Love it. Armory shelves. This feels like I'm in a Costco. Fantasy Costco. Whoa. Yeah, it looks like a quartermaster's like area there. Okay, so looking at the giveaway, we have 3.5 minutes to enter, so make sure if you're interested in participating, you enter now by following and typing !giveaway. We're giving away a Steam key for Dungeon Alchemist. That means you can redeem it right away. No waiting for shipping, no muss, no fuss. It's yours. And if you already own a copy, you can give the copy to someone else. So that is an option you have. Really love this. This build is just fantastic. A lot of love went into it. And remember, you must be present to claim the prize. So if you win, you got to be here to type !claim. So if you're interested in winning that copy, please don't leave. Do not leave. Like that, like Dag just showed you. Yep. You have a minute to claim it once you win. So make sure you stick around and are ready to type. We've had people who step away to take a phone call and miss out on winning. We've had people who leave for a minute or two, come back, and then they find out they won. They get upset. I try to be fair. I give everyone a chance to win, and if people aren't here when the giveaway happens, they lose out. They miss out. Okay. Really love these, like, griffin beds. Someone... like, how dare they? Oh, I wanted to get some feedback from y'all while we're here, and we got a lot of people in chat. We've had this Cartomancer Chronicles for a little over a month now. And I wanted to get some feedback from y'all on it, because I've been curating this every week. Kind of putting it together and making sure that it's available and covering, you know, specifics. And the first couple weeks I had some typos and stuff. I was working the kinks out. I've gotten it all worked out now. But anyway, I would love to hear as much feedback and insight, thoughts, you know, just first impressions, things like that. So, essentially, for those of you who are wondering what this is, the Cartomancer Chronicles is an interactive newspaper that is available within Dungeon Alchemist every Monday. It's updated every Monday, and essentially, what it is it's a newspaper that you can click on and interact with. So, like this map here, you have a description, some information. You can actually click on the image, open the information for the map, and download it if you wanted to. Now, I will warn you guys and gals, make sure you save your existing map before you open another map. So, like, if you click this download button, it will automatically download. I've talked to the devs about that. They'll probably add a warning soon, just so you know. With the object showcase, it's a great way to essentially find new objects and learn about them, but I love that you can favorite the object. So you get the name of the object, you can kind of see it, but then you can click it and favorite it. You can even click on the object and bring it into your map. So, oh my goodness, Walken, congratulations, congratulations. I was talking and missed out. So, as I love to say, we can't all win, but we can all be winners. So let's give Walken a congratulations, a pat on the back, please. Oh, he claimed it already. He claimed it like the second it happened. That was speed. Walken is speed. He likes to claim Dungeon Alchemist keys. Walken, give me just a second and I'll generate you a key. Hey, so I gotta ask you, Walken, now that you've won a copy of Dungeon Alchemist, what are you gonna do now? Going to Disney World? I am whispering you right now on Twitch. I sent you just a starter whisper, so you'll get kind of a notification, and then I'm going to send you the key in the second message. Sending it right now. Can you just please confirm in chat when you get that key? Just say, hey, I got it. That way, you know, legitimacy of the giveaway is... Honestly, I mean, you know, if you already own DA, then give it to a friend or a DM or, you know, a fellow DM or anyone you know. If you stream or a content creator yourself, you could give it away. You could, you know, do anything with it. It's your code of Dungeon Alchemist. You can use it as you see fit. So enjoy. Thank you so much for everyone for participating in the giveaway. And sorry that took a bit of time there, but I'm glad we did it. I love doing the giveaways. Favorite part of the streams for me. Let's open up another map. I actually need to add a bot to the Discord. I forgot about it after I got back from vacation. Because we need to do a giveaway there because we hit 30,000 followers in the Discord. So I want to do a big giveaway. I'm going to get some merch, copy of DA, couple things. And then we'll just do a big giveaway pack. Yep. Wait, what's the merch? There it is. Seisu. You know them all better than me. I only make them. I don't know them. Check this one out. So our merch store at the moment is lacking a lot of clothing type merchandise because we weren't happy with the quality of the clothing the distributor had at the time. We were talking to support and seeing if there was any, like, we could get a different distributor or something like that. In the meantime, we have merch that's, you know, basic stuff, stickers, mugs, you know, stuff like that. So, it's very possible to get some merch, but not a ton. Like, but that link, if you follow it, it'll go to US based if you're kind of closer to US, or it'll open the UK spread shop or suggest it to you if you're based in, you know, Europe, and that's better shipping options for you. So feel free to take a look. Oh my goodness. Gnomengarde. So here we have a waterfall, as you can see. They've used abstracts. And then, yep, so they used an abstract plane, which you can find those under place objects, abstract. So you have these green screen objects, right? And you can essentially plug a image into them, and there's a bunch of templates that amazingly generous artists have contributed for free on our Discord, but it looks like this one they made themselves. There are some waterfall ones on there, but they just put that there, and looks like an ice flow on the top there to kind of give off the impression. Oh, looks like another one on top. Anyway, and then there's some effects mixed in as well. So as you can see here, they've added these effects like wispy white fog or steam to give that impression of the water is really active or running. Johker, it's a beautiful map, my friend. How long did you work on this one? Wow. I like how they just use this wall as a door. Works great. Like, this works great, Johker. You did a great job, my friend. I really love the way you made the doors. That's just a clever way to make a door. People are always complaining about that too, and it's like, well, there you got a solution. This little area here is enchanting. What's the story about this? It's interesting for sure. The traps over here seem intriguing. Like, what's this here? These crossbows all about? Is that like a trap you made? Look at how the trees move. That's the animations we were talking about earlier, though. Nice. That's awesome, Johker. So it's like an emplacement. Very well done, my friend. 6 hours, you say? Not bad. Excuse me. I need to stop drinking coffee before the streams. I just like... I'm at the point in my life where it just like, I can't drink it without repercussions. I used to just be able to pound coffee and not like have any problems, but now it's like tears up my insides. And yeah, these little like mushroom islands are enchanting. They're really interesting. Oh, I'm underwater. Let's go on an adventure. Blub, 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 blub. Blub, 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 blub. Disappointing. I was led to believe lily pads can support human weight. Oh, that was a clean jump. Yeah. Okay, see if I can make that. It looks a little high. I might not be able to. Oh, nope. I thought I made it. I celebrated too prematurely. Definitely tight quarters over here for a battle map. It would be, you know, I try to make my corridors, unless I really want them single file, to be double wide so players have maneuverability and don't get bunched up in a line. That's just something I always consider when I'm map building, but I didn't know what your intentions are here. Is this a battle map? Is the stream fuzzy? One thing, Highland, are you on mobile or PC at the moment, my friend? If you click the little gear icon at the bottom right of the stream, if you hover over the stream with your mouse, you can change the quality. So move your mouse over the screen. A little gear icon appears in the bottom right. If you hover over it, it says settings. You click that and then set quality from whatever it is to say 720. If it's on auto, set it to 720 or 1080-60 source. There's other things to consider too, is I'm bumping my stream from my home, then it goes to a Twitch server, and then it goes worldwide. So it goes to a Twitch server in LA, and then after that it goes everywhere. So LAS is very far from me. Relative location, internet speed, your computer, you know, time of day, there can be a lot of variables. How many different carriers the data transfers between before it gets from me to you. There's these things called data transfer agreements or carryover agreements where different ISPs and like line laying companies or data companies, telecom companies, they have between each other. So different data rates apply to different companies and whatnot. And so like a file that comes from me may be much slower by the time it gets to you because it transfers through several data like ISPs. Okay, well, I'm glad to know that helped. Yeah, leaving it on auto, it'll kind of discriminate and set it up for you based on what it thinks is best. But I like to set it where I prefer, you know? Anyway, this map is very beautiful, Mr. Joker. Ah, got you. So this is based after an actual location. Didn't know that. So tell me, Gnomengarde, what module, adventure, campaign is that from? Dragon of... Ah, see, I haven't done Icespire. So I've been planning to do a... Sorry. Cat fur just went in my eye. Been planning to set up a little campaign for my family and friends just to kind of practice DMing a little bit offline. And, because I played a lot, but I've never really DM'd. And so... But I feel like I have a natural entertaining ability as a streamer, as a, you know, content creator. It's more just a matter of improv and the ability to, you know, create things in advance as well to set up. And so I've been kind of wanting to do a fan delver, you know, campaign with my family to kind of practice DMing. I think that's a good kind of intro to DMing campaign as well. And then I'm going to do a few one-shots and stuff and then go from there. But after that is when I plan to start expanding the stream to have a campaign, or at least a few one-shots to start, and then go from there. That's cool. I like this throne room. Fancy AF. All right. Move on to... Actually, oh man. It is 2 p.m. Well, it's 2 to 2. We're gonna wrap up. Let's hang out for a minute. We'll answer questions and stuff. You know, one thing to consider now, Highland Lass, that I like to do, and I know you've mentioned before you're not really a big fan of the Steam Workshop browser and how it functions. But let me just show you something here really quick. This is for everyone, but it will help tremendously. So when you open up the Steam Workshop, which I'll share this link here. That's cool, Tandaleon. So... that link right there goes right to our workshop page, right? In the browser, not in the Steam app, in your browser. Wow, I gotta check that one out, actually, before we close this. This is insane. Zach, oh my gosh, my friend. We'll check this out next Stam stream, okay? Because we're wrapping up. I like it because you can award people stuff. Will you please remind me next week if you're here? I would love to showcase this map. The detail in this big tent alone has got me intrigued. And you can move it all as one thing. That's impressive. Okay, so you open up this link and it shows the most popular maps on the top, right? And you can scroll down and see most popular here. But what I like to do... This is just me. You click map over here. It says 4172. That's how many maps are on Steam Workshop. 4,172 maps. Okay, meaning that if you need a map on the fly as a GM, you don't have to make it. you could go search, and there's more than likely something that might fit your needs. I know plenty of GMs used to hunt maps before they made maps. So plenty of GMs will hunt for maps. They'll either subscribe to Patreons or spend tons of time digging around online and Reddit and stuff, finding the maps that'll work for their campaigns. Or they'll commission someone and pay them to make maps, or eventually they get to the point where many of you are and they make their own maps using a tool. Because they want a little bit more control in their campaign and make their own maps. So if you open up the workshop, notice here there's a search tab. So we were we were talking about Dragon of Ice Spire Peak, right? I'm just gonna type that in and hit search. Okay, just from that alone, just from that search result, 243 entries, okay, are tied to this. That means, and these more than likely are tied to that campaign because somewhere in the description is something tied to Ice Spire Hold. So here we have Ice Spire Hold, first floor, Dragon of Ice Spire Peak, Dragon Barrow. So as you could see, Vaults of Dragons, oh, that's under Waterdeep. So this is obviously a lot of stuff was specific to, dragons, but we have Ice Spire Hold, I see Johker in here a lot, but I also see Hoja as well in here a lot. Now, another thing you can do, put it in, I'm pretty sure if you put it in, yes. So this is much more focused search. So now we have 43 entries instead of just dragons. So anything with Ice Spire Peak in it, it found it. And I mean, Shrine of Luck, Shrine of Savras, Stonehill Inn. I'm assuming these are all locales in the campaign. Gnomengarde is already in there. Elric made one before. Axholm. So if you look up in here, I mean, here, let's try another campaign. Name a popular campaign for me. One thing I like to search is Strahd. Strahd, 116 entries. Just searching Strahd, that's what's come up. 116 maps tied to Strahd. So you can look through and see if anyone has anything that'll work for you, or you can use it as a, a foundation and change it. Let me search Storm King's Thunder. '91 entries. Oh, that's from Lost Mines of Thandelver. So it probably is pulling Thunder. So we probably would want to do like maybe this, Yep. Dripping Cave, so 12 entries at least. There's probably more, but the thing is a lot of people don't necessarily tag their maps with good details. So it helps if you put at least the module in the description, because then people can find it. Oh, there's plenty of Phandelver, at least. So that's going to be the first campaign I'm going to DM, or first, whatever. And then after that, I am going to expand my horizons a bit and try doing a homebrew. I've been building a homebrew world for the last year and a half, and it's kind of coming to fruition. It's getting a little bit more detailed and fine-tuned, and hopefully I've been starting on map making for this world, so it's been a process. Anyway, I am going to take off. Stream is over now. Let's wrap up. Thank you, everyone, for being here. My damn fam, as I'm going to call you from now on. Again, my name is Mac. I'm the community manager for Dungeon Alchemist. This is the official Dungeon Alchemist channel on Twitch. We host 2 streams a week. Every Saturday, we host the Damn stream where we showcase community-made maps and teach you tips and tricks for your own builds. And every Monday, we host the Map Maker Monday stream where I show you a live build and teach you live different tricks for map making. So you can watch a build live and see how an expert cartographer builds maps. I have, I think now almost 1,400 hours in Dungeon Alchemist, so I have a good amount of knowledge and insight and tips and tricks to share. Anyway, thank you everyone for being here. I feel like today's stream was a great success with the new hardware. It seemed to run very good. We only had a couple hiccups, and that was when I was running the biggest maps, really trying to push it, you know? So we know at least it does have its upper limits, this card, but when we add the secondary stream PC here today, hopefully, when I get that and start adding it, getting it built and whatever back, you know, running all that through that, it'll hopefully alleviate the machine that I'm running DA on. It'll run a lot better. It's going to be amazing. The streams are going to be phenomenal quality going forward. This is just a taste of what's to come. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you. If you enjoyed the stream, could you do me a huge favor? This is just a personal favor. Ping us on the socials, you know, whether it's Facebook, Reddit, or you know, Twitter or Instagram, whatever. Ping us in Discord. Let me know if you enjoyed the stream. You know, just some quick feedback. Hey, I had a lot of fun during the stream, or enjoyed the stream. Oh, it was awesome seeing this map. Whatever you enjoyed the most, or if you're excited for the damn challenge. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. The feedback goes a long way, and I really do appreciate it. And I know the big bosses love seeing it. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you Monday on the Map Maker Monday stream. Can you drop the schedule one more time before I go? Seisu? Yakos, thank you so much, my friend. But yeah, as you see, Monday's stream is on 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. UTC, and 6 p.m. CET. We'll see you Monday. Back out.